This week's Midweek Chat is sponsored by the EGA Sampler University. Sampler University is an event within the annual EGA National Seminar. You can participate whether you are an EGA member or not. During the 2 days of Sampler University, you'll work on the Isabella Kettlewell sampler with Sylvia Stecker of Running with Needles and Scissors, and make a fun sampler sewing roll with Becky Noland of Lucy Beam. The university fee includes 2 days of classes, 2 kits, 2 lunches, a Saturday night stitch-in, and some fabulous swag. Get in on the fun by registering now at egausa.org. Welcome back. I'm Gary Parr.
Hi, I'm Jenifer Rose.
And you're listening to the midweek version of Fiber Talk, the twice-weekly podcast for needlework artists. And no stitch hour tonight because we're doing this. You know, it's an every other week thing. Last week, we had more State Fair. Jamie showed us her State Fair winning pieces, and go back and look at that. That's beautiful stuff. Really amazing. Mm-hmm. Sunday, this was one I found on Instagram. It's called Loose Ends, and Jen Simonic, I'm not sure which. She's one of the partners that does this Loose Ends. And what their deal is, the nonprofit thing, is to take, if you have a relative die and say they didn't finish a piece, they were knitting a piece, crocheting, stitching, whatever it is, and they didn't finish it, and it was going to be for you or for some other family member, then they put those pieces in the hands of people like us to finish them. And so you finish whatever the project was, and then it goes to the person it was intended to go to, or if it was, the family just wanted to have that finished because it had some special meaning, whatever it is. And so Jen and her partner, and then there's another lady who facilitates things, they set up this Loose Ends operation to make this possible. And they've got people who finish stuff all over the world. And I'm talking about finish the stitching, and I'm sure, if possible, finish it into an actual usable thing. There was one where the wife, I think it was, now here I am doing it from memory, but the wife was knitting a sweater for her husband. And she died, and it went unfinished. And the story, we don't know the end of the story. It was just on the website. But somebody was trying to finish it so he'd have it for his 99th birthday.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, just cool stuff like that. So
yeah, I did that once. My aunt, her mom died, and then she had this. It was like a granny square blanket, but it was all different colors. So it was basically like a pixelated teddy bear picture, like cross stitch, but in crochet with granny squares.
Yeah.
And it was halfway done, and she gave me all the stuff, and I finished it up and all that. So
yeah, see, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So Loose Ends, that's Sunday's show, and we're going to learn about that. And it's something that we can participate in if we want to. All you got to do is go to their website, and there's a little form that tells who you are and what you can do, what techniques. And then as they come along, I don't know that they have a huge backlog, but as they come along, then you might get assigned one, and then you can finish it. And they try to do it with somebody in your area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and then
it's good to get people to know about it, because then you could, put it in your will. Like one of the things you could do to try to, what are you going to do with all my stuff when I go?
Yeah.
Well, this is a place where you can take unfinished stuff and get it finished if you want to.
Yeah. So we'll learn. We haven't recorded it yet, but we'll learn more about that. And then Sunday, we'll all be informed. But it's just a really cool idea, and I don't even know the full backstory yet. We'll find that out.
Right.
But, I'm sure there's some event that sparked this idea, and they've been doing it for a while now. So,
Have you talked about this before? Why do I feel like I've heard about this before?
not that I know of.
Not from you. Maybe I read it in one of the magazines I read, or some.
That
I
could
feel
be.
like I've heard about this before.
Yeah, they've had some publicity.
Now I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
It might
No.
have been in one of the knitting, cross stitch, quilting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
their primary orientation is knitting, so my guess is that's where you would have heard about it.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
in one of my knitting things I saw it
Yeah.
because it sounds familiar.
Because I
like,
just discovered it like a couple of weeks ago and wrote to her,
Oh, okay.
and she wrote back and said she'd do a show. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, so I don't think we've talked about it because I haven't known about it that long. So
Oh, I've known for a few months, so maybe maybe you'll find out if she's done an interview in like a magazine or something. Then I'll know.
yeah, on their website there are several things that they've done under the media heading. Several things that they've done. So I'm sure you read it in a knitting thing. It wouldn't surprise me.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be cool to learn about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And then we're gonna hear about Sue Spargo because that's mind blowing. But I really let the folks at Honduras Threads down. They just finished on the 21st of September their annual exhibition and auction.
Oh.
And I was going to mention it 2 or 3 times, and it just slipped through the cracks. But if you recall, look up Honduras Threads. We did a show, we did a podcast, and we did a live Wednesday night show with them to talk about that. And that's the ladies in Honduras who create pillows and all kinds of designs in needlework, embroidery. And so now they have this exhibition, and then they have a whole bunch of new designs and products that you can buy to support this cause and to give as gifts, obviously, or to keep for yourself if you want to. I mean, you don't have to give them away. But lots of new designs, HondurasThreads.org. HondurasThreads.org. Very cool operation. And it's one of those where it helps the native people make some money and run a business and bring in some income for families, put kids through school and all those things. So check that out, HondurasThreads.org.
Yeah, I follow them on Instagram too.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And the stuff's really neat, like really cool, pretty stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's creative. Yeah, and the story, listen to the podcast and get the story behind it, how they got started, how they taught these ladies to embroider, help them raise their game so they had stuff of quality that they could sell. And now this stuff is, it's really cool stuff. So check that out, HondurasThreads.org, and especially with the holidays coming up. Yeah, it's almost October, so there we go. You'll likely find some gifts in there you want to give, some special gifts at their website, and order them up, and they'll ship them. So I apologize for not getting the exhibition part in. Just slipped through the cracks, but they still have the stuff, and they're still doing their thing. Better than ever, quite frankly. Some of that new stuff is really nice. Really nice. Yeah. So, yep. Okay, you're going to do a Sue Spargo week-long extravaganza.
Yeah. Yep, I'm doing the Trade Winds retreat, and it's let me see if I can find the picture here on my iPad.
Okay, this is in Maine, so you're traveling to Maine?
Yes, going to Maine.
And Sophie and your husband, you're dragging them along?
Just, they're going to drop me off.
Oh, okay.
And, so...
Drop you off and go do something productive, or just go back to Connecticut?
Go back to Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go back to Connecticut. And
those of us away from New England don't realize how quickly you can go from state to state in New England. It's it's 6 hours to where I'm going. So so this is what it looks like.
but I'm not going to do the whole entire quilt. I'm going to pick elements.
Okay, hang on just a second. I gotta get you.
Oh.
Okay,
I'm going to pick elements to do.
Okay.
And because you can do you can buy the kit to do the whole thing, but I didn't want to spend that much money. And so I just bought the threads, and you can do a smaller, I think it's maybe a 17 by 17 or something like that,
Okay.
and still learn enough and all that.
For those who are listening, which is the majority of people, this is a giant art quilt.
Yeah. Yes.
An ocean theme.
Yep. Ocean theme, wool on wool applique.
We'll use that as the lead photo. We'll put that up as the lead photo so everybody can see it, because it's really quite impressive.
Yeah.
So you're just going to do parts then?
Yeah, and I have no idea what parts. I don't know. But, I mean, it's a flat picture, but you can kind of see how there's some stitches and stuff. When you look at the picture, not on the screen like this, you can see better what there is and stuff. But let's see if that.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
That helped a little.
Yeah, all kinds of sea life.
Yeah. And you can see how you sew the background squares together.
Yeah.
And then you put the other stuff on top.
So you can literally do 2 or 3 squares if you want. And have a thing.
Yeah, so I went to Colchester Mill Fabric has some Sue Spargo. So I bought a couple of the Sue Spargo blues that I could piece together. And then I just bought some other Primitive Gatherings wool. And I have other wool that I'll take, and I'll do something small. But I did buy the thread packs, the full thread packs, and they're huge.
That's frightening. I mean, that is just a frightening amount of thread. Man.
Look at that.
Jeez.
2 huge packs of, this is all wool and acrylic, wool acrylic blend.
Okay.
All of
there's
that.
There's got to be, 30?
I swear I probably have every single color.
Yeah, there's easily 30 or 35 spools of that.
And then in here, I've got, oh dear. Dropping everything.
Silk
straw silk stuff, and a little bit of sashiko thread.
Yeah.
And the eyelash stuff. You've seen the eyelash, right?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Where it's just a little
thing
of just some
little fringe type stuff, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I got some of that GIMP stuff that you and Beth have talked about.
What brand is that GIMP?
It's Painter's Threads.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Tentaculum Painter's Threads.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then some sort of a braided cotton, almost like a shoelace,
Yeah.
And then a bunch of Sue Spargo pearl cottons that are made and hand dyed in South Africa.
Mm-hmm. She has a lot of her own stuff, her own branded stuff, doesn't she?
And a lot of the big thread companies, what's this company here? This is Wonderfill. Wonderfill makes Sue Spargo thread. So this is a Sue Spargo made by Wonderfill for Sue Spargo. So just a big thing of just more pearl.
You gotta have 50 or 60 spools of thread in that pack. That's incredible.
I know. Now I know why it costs so much.
Right.
But I'll have lots of thread to play with for other stuff in the future.
Right. So this, so you go up there, and this is a solid week.
It's Monday through Friday.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
you're gonna have a great time.
I know. And then I have, maybe before I go, I'll practice a little and make that. I got that that kit to make the needle roll, the Tranquil Garden needle roll.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to use my own colors and stuff, but now I have all these extra threads. See, I was going to do it in brown and then use pinks and stuff because I like pink. pink and brown is like my thing. I like pink and brown. And so yeah, maybe I'll play with that some before I leave.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I have all of these threads now to play with.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Now, when does that come? When does that happen? October or something?
October 12th
12th. Okay.
is when we're going up, so I'll be that whole week.
Well. Oh, can't wait to hear about it after the fact. That's going to be an experience.
I know. It'll be
Yeah.
crazy.
Because most things are like over a weekend, a couple days or something. But to have a solid week, I mean, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, this is the whole week.
Not to mention the time, and I'm sure there's expense there that's healthy. Yeah, but
It's turning out to be more expensive than I thought. So this will be my once in a lifetime Sue Spargo because it's very expensive.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you'll get a lot out of it.
Yeah,
and-
this is
and you've
Christmas and birthday and everything else. It's really...
Yep. And you've now easily tripled your stash just by buying the threads. That's
Oh
a
my
ridiculous
gosh,
amount.
I know, right? It's insane.
Oh,
Insane. I mean, I swear I have every single shade of
Yep.
colors in here.
Yep.
Everything. You can't even see the ones in the middle.
Nope. That's something else. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
I need a whole new cabinet just for those. Yeah.
I know. Like I have room.
Yeah. You need a bigger house. Oh.
Oh, I know it, but the economy is just not working with us. So
Yep. Okay, and then
got to put us on both of us now.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking on about events, the Fiber Talk Needlearts Weekend. That's what we're calling it. The Fiber Talk Needlearts Weekend. That's going to be March 21 to 23 it'd be in St. Charles, which is St. Charles just north of St. Louis and just north of the airport. So it's not like it's in the middle of Missouri somewhere. It's at the Embassy Suites Hotel, which is the same place where if people have been to the Galleria event in the fall, where that's held. So so it's a place that knows how to do these kinds of events because they've done the Galleria thing like 100 times. I don't know how many times they've done it. Yeah,
Nice.
So March 21 to 23, and then all the details we'll have for you October 1st. And you can sign up and book your hotel rooms and so on and so forth. One of the things we're going to so we'll have classes. We've talked about that. We've got several classes that are just built into the cost. You don't have to sign up. But there are classes, and they're not new project classes. This is not an event where it's going to generate 5 new projects for you to do. Bring your own projects. But we'll have classes on color and needleworking tools and all kinds of things. And then in the main room, we're going to have a table where you can come and get help. So Jenifer and Beth and Robin and Cindy and I will be at that table, round robin type thing. And you can come and get help or ask questions or whatever, and then we'll have a room full of people. So if we're stumped, there'll be somebody who can do it. And then we're also hoping we're going to do it. We talked about it. We're going to do a Jenifer table. So at the Jenifer table, slow stitching and tamari. So you'll get to, I assume you'll have some tamari balls there, and some people can drag some thread through them. And
yeah, I'll get some ready and get just basic pattern and get some, so they can do some stitches, and see what it's like.
Yeah.
Touch it,
Touch it, yeah.
Instead of just hearing about it, being able to touch it and poke the ball with the big needle and give it a go,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm pretty excited about that because it's a kind of technique where it's hard to just do in little bits. Like you kind of have to go all in to do one. And so to be able to play around a little bit and experiment is, I think it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, it'll be the fun part. A lot of the hardest part with tamari is getting to the fun stitching part.
Yeah.
Measuring properly, putting on your guidelines properly, That's the hardest part. And then you get to the fun stitching part. And if you
Yeah.
don't do the first part well, the second part's not going to turn out right. So,
Yep. Yeah. No,
but
I think it's going to be cool. So,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna try to teach that because it's I taught my mom and my aunts and all that one time, and it's exhausting. I was like, oh my God, I need a break. I'm tired.
Yep.
This is hard.
So yeah, so at the Jenifer table, then we'll have.
Yeah.
You can try tamari. You can at least move a piece of
Yeah.
thread through the ball and get a sense of how that happens. And then slow stitching. So if you're interested in slow stitching,
Yeah.
Jenifer will have some of that set up so you can play with that. And yeah, so I think it's going to be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yep. I like the tamari thing because, you know, like I said, it's really hard to just pick up like other things. You can pick up a piece of cloth on needle and thread and you can make some stitches.
Mm-hmm.
But with tamari, you can't. You got to have the ball and you got to wrap the ball and then you got to mark the spots and then you can actually stitch and you got to get all that stuff to be able to even start. And
and maybe having one already set up and you being able to look at it and see it, and then if you have a book at home, maybe it'll suddenly make sense because you're seeing it round instead of flat,
right?
Like on the diagram.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I'll be at the table. I'll be at the table.
Oh my gosh!
I gotta learn.
Gotta get a bunch of stuff ready.
Yep. I'm switching sides on us because I keep looking off to look at you. I keep looking off the screen. I think I still am. I don't know. Whatever. It's driving me nuts. So that's going to be, and then we'll have other classes and stitching and snacks and then where the event is at, there's all kinds of restaurants nearby. Because one of the debates that Marg and I had putting this together is, do we add to the cost for each of the attendees and have meals, or given that it's an area where you can go to all kinds of restaurants, do we not do that? And then people can get out and go experience a town that maybe they've never been in, try different restaurants. Everybody has different tastes. So we went with that route so that people could, you know, for dinner, we're going to go out. There's a group of us going to go try this restaurant or that one. Yeah. And we'll have a whole list. We'll have a whole list of restaurants for people. So you'll be able to pick something. But we just decided that was because I know when I go to places, I don't always want the usual restaurant or hotel buffet, whatever it is, you know, with the hot plates with the burners underneath it and all that stuff. I'd rather go to a restaurant because I go to when I was traveling, you know, that was standard thing was dinners, lunches and dinners were line up the buffet and all the stainless steel and go through with your plate and get your stuff. And usually
I've never been to one like
yeah.
I don't travel like that though, you know, so.
You know, and most of the time good food, but at some point, especially at the end of the day, I just wanted to go get a burrito or something, you know? And so, yeah. So based on that experience, we'll you're on your own for dinner. And yeah. So it'll be Friday, arrive Friday, and stitching will start at noon. And then I think check-in is after 3 o'clock. So, but you can come, bring your suitcase and sit and stitch, and then check in whenever it's convenient. And that'll go till like 11 o'clock Friday night. And then all day Saturday, and that's when we'll have the classes. And then Sunday till 3 o'clock. So long hours of stitching. I mentioned at one point about a midnight stitching thing. We were going to have to pay a boatload of money more to have the room available at night. And it's like, no.
Oh my gosh.
Stitch in the lobby.
I wouldn't make it anyway.
No.
I need my sleep.
There's a big restaurant area with a ton of tables. So if people want to stitch at midnight with friends, then there's tables out in the lobby. You can stitch there. I'll be in bed. Yeah.
Too.
Jenifer will too. Yeah.
That's gonna be a lot of talking and interacting all day. I'm gonna be wiped.
Wiped. Yep. So
I'm an introvert at heart, you know.
Yep. Well, Believe it or not, I am too. I'm not a crowd person, but which is why
I think
do we?
most stitchers are.
Yeah,
Mostly introverts with extroverted tendencies here and there,
yeah, yeah. I know because
So,
people say, well, if I've had more than one person say, I don't understand how you do these podcasts because basically I avoid crowds. Well,
mm,
it's different. It's
hmm
different. So I don't know, but yeah. So I know what you mean.
yeah,
But we'll have fun. It'll be a
yeah,
great time.
it
So
will.
details October 1 and mark down on your calendar March 21 to 23 in St. Louis, and more
Cool.
details to come. So we'll have a document, and maybe we'll do a video and talk about what we're going to do, and we'll do some things so you know what's going on and can sign up. So that's coming up. Got my new stitching glasses. Now, where did I put them?
Yay!
Yeah, that was an experience. Here, there. Yeah.
Nice.
Trifocal, line trifocal. So go back and listen. There's 3 shows on eyeglasses and vision, but the last 2 of them with Kelly, one earlier this year and then one just a couple weeks ago, after I went to the eye doctor. If you want to learn about that, we already have heard from a number of people who are going to the eye doctor now, better informed, armed with information to get stitching glasses, and so that that's worked out really well. I think we've helped some people, which is of course the goal, and yeah. So I got my glasses, and then I've been stitching with them, the line trifocals. It takes some adjustment.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah,
But is it good once you get
yeah,
used to it?
yeah, right, yep,
Nice.
definitely, without a doubt, yeah. Because all I've ever had is progressives.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm used to that. So these when there's you have to. I'm sure it gets to be second nature after a while. But right
Right.
now
Find
I
the
have
spot.
I have to consciously do exactly that. Yep, go up and down through the lens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, normally, when I stitch, I look up and watch TV like this, and because
Uh-huh.
I need the glasses here, not up here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But before I got LASIK, I couldn't see far. So I did eventually get progressives because then I started not being able to see up close because you get 40 and magically your eyes just decide to do that. It's like
Yeah.
you're 40 and this is going to happen.
Yep. Uh-huh. Yep.
So
Yeah, we all get well, and I learned that my prescription was off by quite a bit. Basically, I should have gotten new
oh,
glasses a couple years ago. And
mm-hmm.
so that's been a big difference because the ones I wear every day are progressives, and they're a lot different,
Mm.
So and things are a lot sharper than I thought they were. So
Nice. Yeah.
oops, yeah. So so go back and listen to those shows, especially if you have an eye doctor appointment coming up. Go back and listen to those shows, and thanks to Kelly for all the advice and input, because I know it helped me, and already we've heard from several that it has helped, and
That's awesome.
yeah. So there's one lady. I'm going to the eye doctor today, and I have printouts and information. It's like, oh boy. I said, let us know how it goes, but don't
All the eye
overwhelm them.
doctors in America are going to be like, who's Gary
Yeah,
Farr?
yeah. Who is
What's
this?
this Fiber Talk? What the heck?
Stop them. Yeah.
No,
But
it's good.
but it was just really great because Kelly gave information that allowed me to at least ask intelligent questions
Mm-hmm.
and know what they were telling me was in fact a second opinion that agreed with what Kelly was telling. So that
Right. Yeah.
that helped. I was real careful to not go in and say Kelly says this.
Yeah.
They're the professionals sitting there. They're the ones I'm paying, so let's get their advice. But know
Mm-hmm.
that this is, and to be able to say this is what I'm after.
Right.
And yeah,
Yeah. You can just go in and be like, somebody I know got these and I want some too.
right,
you
right,
know?
yep, yeah. But yeah, I've been sitting here stitching on the Avlia piece that's like 28, 29 thread ground cloth, and
Mm-hmm.
no magnifier, stitching away just
Nice.
comfortably. It's been fantastic. I put a light on it, but
Mm-hmm.
just fine. And then coming up here in the next couple of days, I'm going to get out a piece with 40 count linen
Right. Okay.
and see what that's like with the glasses. And then I've already used the magnifier on the Avalia piece, and the stitching glasses and the magnifier, holy smokes, it's like,
Oh,
whoa,
yeah.
giant.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
So
it
that
was
should be
it
nice for the 40 and stuff.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, giant and crystal clear. So yeah, so I'm guessing the 40 is going to be tremendous. So um,
Yeah. I
yeah,
only need the magnifier for 18. Like, I like to do 18 count Ada
yeah,
and then and 40, of course. But if it's 28 or 14, I usually, unless it's on a dark fabric, or if I'm tired, I'll use the magnifier. But on those, I usually don't need it. But I need it for 18 or 36 sometimes not, depends.
yeah.
So
And you're just using you just use reading glasses, or do you have you're just your regular
I use my
progressive?
readers and my magnifier.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
It's got my cover on.
Yeah. So
No
you're yeah.
fires.
Okay.
No fires here.
Yeah. So you're
Brady,
doing what
make sure
most
you
people do
cover.
then. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this light will be on, and the magnifier has a big light.
Yeah. Yeah. Light is so important. I think people really
Hmm.
need to take a look at how much light they're pumping on their
Yeah. I
piece
can't
because
believe when I think about when I was younger and I would stitch, especially like the alphabet, and it was the handwritten chart,
yeah.
black and white,
Yep.
and it would sit far away, and I'd have like a normal lamp, like just your normal lamp with a soft white bulb, and
Yep.
I'd be able to stitch that at night and everything. That's the only, how did I do that?
Yeah. Now you couldn't even pick up the needle with that. Yeah.
God, yeah. It's like, oh my goodness.
Yep.
I don't know how
Yep.
I did it. No magnifier. Uh,
And you were fine for hours.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah. Hours
Yep.
and hours at
Yep.
night, during the day, didn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
And our parents were always telling you, turn on the light. You're gonna wear your eyes out.
Hmm.
I don't think it had anything to do with it. Just young eyes are just better. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was in my early 20s then, so yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, yep. Well, now we need light.
Oh, so much.
Bring it on.
So much light.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah. So that's working out. That's working out well.
That's
I'm
awesome.
pleased with the end result here, and because these glasses, and I took Kelly's advice on the stitching glasses, and I told that we did a thing, Kelly and I, right after the day after I went to the eye doctor. I had to get kind of insistent that I wanted frames that were closeout frames, ones that were they
Hmm.
aren't going to sell anymore. I kind of had to get insistent, and she finally went to the drawer, and there was a drawer.
Hmm.
There isn't much to pick from. I don't care. Nobody's, it's just me in a room, I don't really care.
Yeah.
And then she came up with these. I mean, these frames are $50.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
know,
You're like, I don't need $200, $250
no,
frames for
no,
these,
$50.
Nice.
And she kept saying, "There's no warranty on these. You can't replace them. They don't. I don't care. I don't care. They're gonna
Oh
sit
my
on a table
gosh.
or on my head. That's it.
Hmm.
And I don't have a really good selection. I don't care. Nobody's gonna see me. And then I wear them. Then I wear them on these shows. But
Oh my gosh.
but
They
I
look fine
couldn't.
though.
She just couldn't understand, and I could understand because she's so used to people. It's almost a fashion statement for a lot of people. What
Mm-hmm.
the frames they buy. I just couldn't get her to understand that it really didn't matter. And
It's
there's
so
no
funny.
warranty on these frames. She kept saying it over and over,
Oh
and then
my
she wrote it.
gosh.
She wrote it on the thing. There's no
Oh my
warranty.
gosh.
It's like,
Maybe she's
relax.
been burned before. Maybe she had an incident
Yeah,
in the past and she's been burned, and so now she's paranoid or something.
could be, but geez, just
You know.
relax. It's okay. And the last thing, now you understand I know there's no
Oh
warranty.
my
I don't
gosh.
expect a warranty. I'll use tape on them if they break. I don't care. Just, yeah. So that was
Mm-hmm.
that was a moment. But it finally, I got her into the drawer of discontinued things, and then
Mm-hmm.
and there were a ton of them for women. but
Mm-hmm.
just a handful for men. But the second one she pulled, I said, those will do right there. Thank you very much. And
Nice.
so
Very
so that worked
good.
out. Yeah. So we'll see. That's and I've just done it a few times, so we'll see long term. But
Yeah.
last night I was
Especially,
stitching. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Especially when you try it with the higher counts and the magnifier and
Yeah. Yep. But last
the
night I
weekend.
was stitching, watching football, and reading a chart. Using all three levels,
Mm-hmm.
and
Nice.
yeah, it was working out. I was getting better. By the second
Mm-hmm.
half, I was starting to switch levels in the lenses without thinking about it too much. So
Right.
yeah.
Starting to get used to it.
Yep. Yep. Okay. I took one for the team.
Yeah.
Angela Nowicki, listener Angela Nowicki, sent me an
Mm-hmm.
email some time ago. And Angela said that I needed to read the book A Single Thread by Tracy Chevalier. A Single Thread, Tracy Chevalier is the artist. And it was,
The
thank
author.
you. Yeah, the author. Yeah.
Artist,
Thank
author. Kind of the
artist.
same.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So it was one of those where, okay, a single thread, a novel about sewing, because for me, my rule when it comes to books is someone has to die violently in the first 10 pages, or I just, you know, I mean, I got to have murder, mayhem, whatever, international
Oh,
spy
goodness.
networks, all kinds of things.
You're
That's what I enjoy. So, okay, this is about,
Lee
and then,
Child and Jack Reacher.
yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. Yep. So we went to Illinois a couple weeks ago to visit our son, and we had a family dinner. Some of the cousins, Marga's cousins, gathered, and we had dinner at a restaurant just to get together. And the wife of one of Marga's cousins asked me if I'd ever read A Single Thread. And the little light went on because I
Mm.
remembered Angela Nowicki's email.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I've heard of that, but no, I haven't read it. And she had the book from the library.
Oh, okay.
And so she was obviously, as her husband was driving, as Marga's cousin was driving, she was reading. And she took it out. And I said, yep, that's the one. And so then I looked it up on my library ebook, audiobook
Mm-hmm.
thing, and it was available. So right there at
Nice.
the restaurant, I signed up for the book and said thank you. All right, now this is the ether telling me I need to read this book because I mean she has nothing to do with needlework, nothing. She
Mm-hmm.
doesn't none of that.
Right.
So okay, I got to read this book. So I got the audiobook, and it's a lot easier for me to do those kinds of books when I'm riding my bike
Mm-hmm.
because
Whereas I'm the opposite. I have to listen to the ones that you like to read. I like to read the ones that you want to listen to.
oh, okay, yeah, yeah. There we go. See,
Yeah.
yep, yeah. Because the murder and mayhem ones, I like to sit in a quiet room and just get immersed in
Oh,
the
I like them to
stuff.
be read to me.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's weird.
So,
Yeah.
well, sometimes they get to like the Lee Child, he gets really technical-y and stuff, and I start getting lost. But if somebody's telling it to me, it's
Oh,
fine. But if I have to read it myself, it's like being in school and I get tired and I'm like,
oh, that's interesting. See, I get into that part. Yeah,
ah, okay.
yeah. Okay,
I get into it, but I'd rather
yeah.
come in through the ears.
That's so cool. So cool. So, okay, so I start listening on my bike, riding my bike.
Mm-hmm.
And so like every bike ride is, 3 hours, sometimes 4 or 5 hours. So I can get a lot of and I can't always listen because I have open ear headphones, Shocks open
Right.
ear headphones. So like if I'm going down a hill, it's too windy, I can't hear. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
traffic, I have to turn it off. When I get out in the country, then, I can hear quite nicely and just listen and ride along, and it's great. This book is terrific. It's just it's a woman's book. I mean, it's a chick book. There's no doubt about
Mm-hmm.
it. It's about women and needlework and all those things. There's no doubt. But her job, the way she develops the characters, I almost gave up about a third of the way in because nobody died, you know?
You're
But
just not used to it.
right, right. But what happened was she developed the characters so well, I had to know how it comes out. I have to know what happens to them.
Mm-hmm.
And so now you've got me. You know,
Yeah.
you got me. And what a wonderful book and needlework. And then I learned from Angela, then I went back and read Angela's email that it's about broderers at the Winchester Cathedral. And it's the real people.
Mm-hmm.
The head of it, and her name is given, she actually existed. And the cushions that they made for kneeling and so on are still there today.
Wow, that's cool.
So it's like historical fiction. You know, the main character's fictitious, and and most of the characters
Right.
aren't. But it's cool. And then on top of it, another aspect of it is bell ringing, change ringing in bell towers.
Mm-hmm.
And they go through some of that. Well, with the handbell choir, the last handbell choir I had, we actually did change ringing with the handbells. And it is one fun thing to do because it's all these patterns that you do that just repeat and shift. They shift with every rotation, and they're so much fun to ring.
Oh, cool.
And then, and that comes from, and handbells came from people needed a way to practice these patterns without keeping the town awake at night, because it's really hard to ring bells in a church tower.
Right, because you have to you pull the rope and with your
right.
whole body and thing, right? Like it's a whole thing.
So that's how handbells came about, was so they could practice without keeping the town up. So this is another aspect of this thing. So of course I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
What a wonderful story. And then now I'm telling you about this, and then you've read?
Yeah, The Lady and the Unicorn, and it's about making the tapestries, the Lady and the Unicorn tapestries from back in 1600s? I don't know, remember exactly, but yeah, back in the day. And in Belgium, I think is where it takes place. And it's really, really interesting. And it's the same author that did The Girl with the Pearl Earring.
Yeah.
Which was about the painting, the Vermeer painting and stuff. So.
Yeah.
And then I read The Virgin Blue, which something about how the color for the Virgin Mary, the blue, that she has on her dress or her cape or something.
Okay.
The Virgin Blue. It was really good though too. I don't remember all the details about that one as much, but I really liked it.
So then
I read a lot of her early stuff. It was very good.
So then every one of her books is based on some kind of a craft or art?
I guess. I'm not really sure, but it sounds like with those three, and then you said the glass blower is coming out?
Yeah, her new book coming up is The Glass Maker.
Oh, okay, The Glass Maker.
Yeah, Glass Maker. So
it sounds like she likes to do historical craft.
Yeah.
Fiction or tradesman, craftsman.
Right.
Type stuff, Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now all of my books are packed because remember we did the floors and stuff and we were going to move and now we're not, but all my books are packed. So I wanted to have to unpack my books because it's driving me and my books. They're calling to me. They're like, we're still packed in the basement. Why are we here?
Let us out.
Yeah. I've got a thing with books.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, after this one, I'm going to go get the one about the unicorn tapestries.
Yeah, it's really good. I liked that one the best.
Yeah.
I remember I liked that one the best.
Okay. All right. Well, now I'm going to have to audio book that one too. So highly recommend A Single Thread, Tracy Chevalier.
Yeah, that's how I would say it. I said I think that's how you would say it.
Yeah, French. I'm going with French. Chevalier.
I know it looks like Chevalier.
Yeah. I'm going French. Chevalier.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
And thanks to Angela Nowicki for pointing that out. And I wrote back to her. I try to write back to people, but I don't always get it done. But then never did anything about it. And then Marga's cousin's wife when she hauls that out, I said, wait a minute, I gotta.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
this
sign.
is
You
yeah,
need to
this
read
is
it.
a sign. Yep, get this book. So yeah, really good writing, fascinating history, good character development. I mean, you actually come to care about these people, and that's tough for me. And it's a woman's book. You know, I'm not gonna sexist or not. It's a
It's a
woman's book.
chick flick.
Yeah, but just really good, really good. You really care about these people, and you want to know what happens to them and how it comes out. It's just really, really good.
Well, now you're going to have to listen to The Lady and the Unicorn. I'm going to have to pull it out and read it again. And then we can compare notes.
Well, I'm getting
The
that.
Stitchy Book Club.
Yeah, we're recording on Monday, and it's raining today, so I couldn't ride my bike. But I will have that in the ears tomorrow morning when I go for a ride. I guarantee you. Yep.
Yeah.
So highly recommended. Thanks, Angela Nowicki, for that. A Single Thread, Tracy Chevalier. Yeah, it's Tracy said, yeah. Here, I even actually wrote it down. It's about the Broder's Guild in Winchester, England. Artistic direction of Louisa Pazel. 160 women who embroidered Needler's bench cushions alms bag for Winchester Cathedral, which is where Jane Austen's tomb is. All done in canvas work, and then the bell ringing. So it's the real deal. Yep, the real deal. It's cool.
Yeah,
yep.
That's cool. Now I need to get out I have to unpack my books.
Yeah, yep. I'll give you something to do, see?
I know. Or I could just get it on Audible.
Yeah. Do it the American
listen to
way.
it.
Do
Since
it
I've
the
already
lazy
read it
American
once.
way. Yeah.
Well, I do other stuff. So.
Yeah. Well, that's what I do.
cross stitch.
Yeah. That's what I do is I have it on the headphones, and I'm a big fan when it comes to headphones. Shokz, SHOKZ. Shokz headphones. They're open ear headphones.
Yeah, I've got some.
Yeah, that's right. You do. Yeah, bone conduction. They have a bone conduction one that does not go in your ear. It goes in front of your ear.
Yeah, they sit here.
Yeah, they're the best.
Go around your head. They are. Yeah. I really like them for if you want to hear what's going on, but also listen. Now, if you want to block everything out, it's these.
Yeah, right.
If I don't want to hear.
Right. Yeah, so I have...
But for safety, for walking, jogging, riding your bike, for safety, if you're in public and you're wearing headphones, especially, if you're a woman, you shouldn't be out walking and jogging with things stuck in your ears that you can't hear what's going on around you outside. You should be listening and prepared for anything hinky.
Yes, that.
Be safe, people.
They are a fantastic thing, and I'm ridiculous. I've owned now 3 pair.
Oh my gosh!
I bought the original when they first came out. Within days, I bought them. I had to try them. Well, they just came out with a new version, open whatever number 2. Okay, that they let you try for 14 days, and you can return or keep. Well, I had bought, I'd literally worn out the first pair and first set, and so I bought the second one, and they were better. But then I thought, I am not going to buy every version because that gets ridiculous, for these incremental gains. But it looked like that the technology, that they had really advanced the technology and the design with this number 2 version. And then they said you could try for 14 days and then return. Okay. All right. I'll play along. Yeah. A good level.
They're
oh,
good.
Yeah. Huge level better.
Nice.
Huge level better. Yeah. Much better.
Cool.
I won't go into all the technology because it's boring, but yeah, when yours wear out, you're gonna really be glad to get the version 2.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So my previous ones are for sale. Somebody wants to buy them.
Oh my gosh.
Because these are really good. So I have these, and then they have another version that is open fit. That doesn't, because this has a wire that goes around the back of your head to keep them in place.
Right.
The open fit just hang on your ears.
Oh, like little like those cuff earring things,
Right.
kind of.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And and they don't sit on the bones in front of your ears, but they actually direct sound into your ears. They hang on kind of on the outside of your ears and direct sound in. And they're so lightweight you forget they're on. Like a lot of times I'll go into stores or restaurants or whatever, I forgot that they're on.
Oh,
And I actually have to touch my ears to are they there or not, because I wear them all the time.
Yeah.
And they're excellent too. I don't remember how much, but that's the first design of those. And I bought them to try them, and then I couldn't give them back. So, but it's exactly that. You can hear what's going around you. So like I can wear them in the house, and when Margaret talks to me, then I can hear her, or at least hear that she wants to talk to me, and then it's
and then
always
you push the little button.
Right.
Pause.
What? Yep.
Yes. What do you want?
Or she'll say, "Can you hear me?" Yeah, I can hear you now. I just turned them off. Yeah. But they're very good, and so like, and I too, wearing them around the house, and you can just have something to listen to, and
Sometimes if I'm making dinner and I want to listen to my book, and the cord, trying to do a cord and stuff and make dinner, that's dangerous, and my husband doesn't want the book on loud, or sometimes you're running the water and stuff and you can't hear, so just to have them on, it's nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I like them.
And you're absolutely right about walking, and to be able to, because you literally can hear what's going on. Like I can hear cars coming behind me while I'm listening, no problem at all. I know a car is coming, and they're fantastic, and they last forever. 10 hours? They go 10 hours on a charge?
Yeah, they do go a long time.
Yeah, and charge up in like an hour or two. They're nothing.
Charge me. Charge me.
I know, yeah.
Charge
I'm
me.
dying. So shocks, there's a commercial for shocks right there.
Yep.
Yeah. Get them. They're good. Okay, we've done like 4 shows, and I meant to mention this every time, and we get off on tangents and we can't get to it. Jane Wood at the Chili Hollow Needlepoint Adventure Experience, which if you don't follow that blog, you're missing out. Jane Wood, Chili Hollow Needlepoint Adventure. And it's about stitching, mainly needlepoint, but all kinds of stitching. But anyway, this has been some time now. But you got to watch websites. The Rittenhouse Needlepoint website, that's out by you, right? Rittenhouse?
I don't know. I've never heard of it.
Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I knew it was out east. Philadelphia.
Right.
Somebody did a spoof of their website, and people were ordering from it.
Oh, no.
And didn't know it.
Oh, no.
And you know how that went.
Good. Yeah.
Money went that way, and nothing came back. So.
Oh, geez.
And then I think it was Beth that told me that Fireside Stitchery had also been spoofed. They had done a fake. Yeah.
Right.
So.
Oh, goodness.
This was up. It's been a few weeks since Jane had this up, but watch yourselves online. You wouldn't think in needlework that we'd have to watch, but check those websites just like you check anything else to make sure you're at the actual website.
Right. Yeah.
But it says here spoofs are often but not always made on less common URLs such as .shop or .global, because these URLs are usually available and inexpensive. So you watch that. Watch what URL is up at the top of your browser. And also, when it comes to email, number one, never click on a link in email, ever.
Right.
Ever. If it's something that you've done business with, do not use the email. Go to the website directly. Like type it in yourself. Go there directly. Do not go through the email, because you never
Or like
know.
on Instagram too. You know how Instagram it'll pop up and it says shop now.
Yes.
And then it'll take you to it's like just go to your browser and type in the real website yourself to make sure nothing weird happens,
Yep. Yeah, don't click on those links. They're too convenient, and they're too convenient for a reason. Yep. One thing you can do on email, if you suspect an email, is you go up to who it's from,
Mm-hmm.
and in Apple, there's a little drop down arrow there next to the name, and you can drop down and you can see who the actual address is. I
Mm-hmm.
think in Windows, I think you right click on that, but check that address. If
Mm-hmm.
it matches up with, for instance, Rittenhouse blah blah blah.com, if it matches up, then it's okay, it's legit. But invariably on those spam ones, it'll be some weird thing. And there
Hmm.
you have it right there. You know it's fake.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Check that address, who it's from. Not what you read, but what the actual address is. Because they
Mm-hmm.
can mask the actual address. But that's another way. But yeah,
Right.
you just got to be careful. Ugh.
Yes.
Yeah. Be careful. So, but to spoof entire websites, holy smokes. I mean, that's way
Yeah.
over the top. But they got
I
money out of
wouldn't
it.
know how to do it, but
Yeah, I wouldn't have a clue, but they got money out of it. So, yeah. Yep. So frustrating, but you got to do that. So check that out. Okay, we're already running out of time. How come we always run out
uh-oh.
of time?
Because there's just so much to say.
I guess so. All right, let's try this one.
Hmm.
Is there a technique you're itching to try? Okay, is there a technique you're itching to try or might have done but you really want to do more of?
Well, the Sue Spargo stuff,
Okay,
the fancy embellishing with the you know,
applique.
using the threads, yeah, and then just layering stitch over stitch over stitch over stitch over stitch.
Yep,
I mean, she layers it on.
yeah.
So,
Hence the week with Sue Spargo.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
So,
you're acting up on that. Yeah.
that's the one. I pretty much have tried everything else that I wanted to
Yeah.
try.
Yep.
Done
Okay. All
most
right.
stuff.
Now,
So,
see, it's interesting because one that I want to try, and I have to get the thing ordered, and I don't know why I haven't ordered it, is I want to do the wool applique piece from the
mm,
woolen needle, so no different than
mm-hmm,
what you're doing. I want to try
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. See the wool applique like that and that I've done before. That's just the starting point with Sue Spargo. That's just putting it on the ground cloth. Put the
Oh.
applique on. You start there, and then you pile on top. You just put more stuff. More,
Oh.
more.
So I'm
So
doing rookie
yeah,
level. I'm rookie
yeah.
level.
You're
Okay.
primitive. It's the prim.
It's
That's the
okay.
prim style. This is fancy pants style right here.
Okay. All right. I'll try rookie level first. I'll be fine.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Okay. All right. So then
yeah.
if I like it, then I have something to aspire to then.
Yeah, or you can just keep doing the basic, but you have to stitch everything down and then you pile stitches on top. Pile
Yeah.
more and pile more. I
Yeah.
want to learn the piling more. I can do the getting it down, but now I want to learn how to pile on.
I want to do. Okay. Fair enough. See?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, and then for me, I've done enough gold work to know I like it,
Mm-hmm.
but I would like to actually dig in. And I've got kits. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like I don't have kits sitting around, gold
Mm-hmm.
work kits. But yeah, I really want to dig in. And coming up here, I should have more time for that kind of stuff where I can devote a couple, 3 hours and actually focus on it.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, yep. Because
Yeah.
unlike Beth, I'll never do gold work. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
It's funny.
yeah. No, I want to try that because it's just cool stuff. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yep. So
Neat.
that's on my docket. I really should get out all my kits. Well, I have the Clara Warshower. I have two of those,
Mm.
the frog and the koi fish.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually finish those since I started them both.
Yeah.
And yeah, yep. She's doing Claire's doing a class at EGA next year.
Okay. That's in Dallas.
Yeah, in Dallas. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So Yeah, if people haven't signed up for that, or
Yes.
if it's still open. Claire's a
Yeah.
great teacher. Yeah. Yeah. Don't know what she's teaching. Haven't looked, but yeah, she's fun. She's fun. Yeah, I hope we can work it out to get together with her somewhere or another. I don't know where she's going to be traveling when she comes to the States, but that would be cool. Yep. Maybe she'll be in Connecticut and we can all troop off to Connecticut.
I don't know. I don't know where she'd go here.
I don't know either. So we'll see, but it would be fun to meet her.
We have one needlepoint store, and
they don't do gold work.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
They have some cross stitch. They have every thread ever, and they have a lot of painted canvas.
Okay.
And they get in some. They can order you any cross stitch you want, if they don't have it.
Yeah.
But I think they're really focusing on painted canvas. That's really their thing, because they've got all the threads, and they're really good at helping people pick out and get threads for a project, and they're very, very good at that. All the ladies that have worked there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They've been doing it for so many years. They've all worked there for so long. They all know what to use and they know exactly where it is in the store, and they're,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
They know
one
what they're
thing.
doing.
That's one thing about painted canvas stores. If you never do a painted canvas in your life, they're the best source for threads.
Yeah, if you want different threads, it's just not DMC. If you want other stuff, there's lots of other stuff out there that you just didn't know. You're like, oh wow,
Right. But those painted
lots of
canvas
really
stores,
fine wool and stuff, and wool and silk, and those are nice.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, those painted canvas stores they're just filled with them. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because they don't have to have racks and racks for charts. They have the painted canvas, and so they have the racks
and then
and
they
racks
always
of threads.
they do trunk shows, where a designer will send a ton of their canvases out, and it'll be like a trunk show, and they'll spread them all out in a certain area, and if you come there and you buy, maybe there's a discount or something, but
Yeah. Yep.
They do that a lot.
But a good place for threads. Yeah. Yep. All right. We're going to call it there. Jen Simonic, Loose Ends. Loose Ends is Sunday's show, and you'll learn how you can help out people who need things finished. Finished as in finish the stitching, please, or finish the knitting or the crochet. There was one weaving. There was a story on their site where the person died and they're a weaver, and the family just wanted it finished off. Don't add any more weaving.
Oh, right.
Just finish off what she'd done.
Right.
And so they found someone to do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
and if it's one of those big, huge floor looms, that's the big, huge contraption that you can't move.
Right.
You need someone to come to your house to do it.
Right. Yep.
So
yeah, so they got it
well,
finished.
even if it's a smaller loom, you really need someone to come to take it off for you.
Yeah.
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 So that's where having somebody local matching, So I guess you just get on the registry and be like, I'm available, and then they'll be like, oh, they'll match you.
Yeah. Because that was my first thought when I started to read that little story on the website. Was wait a minute, how do you get this off the loom? And I figured that's not easy. You don't just cut it and pull it off. Yeah.
No, you have to do a certain weaving, binding off technique thing, and then you cut it off.
So it's kind of akin to finishing off a piece of knitting where you got to end.
Yeah, you got to bind off.
Yeah. Huh.
So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that was one where the family was stuck. They wanted to keep it, but it's on this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, somebody get it off.
Right. Yeah. And then I'm thinking, and then they had to sell the thing. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. How do I get somebody who wants to buy a loom? Yeah.
I'm sure there's dedicated Facebook groups, and if you have a store nearby, they might be able to help you and that kind of thing.
Or call you. You'd buy it.
Maybe. My loom's down in the basement. Hasn't seen the light of day in a while.
Okay. Well,
Well,
Beth
now that
has.
Urian's out of my room upstairs and he's in the office,
Uh-oh.
I could bring my loom out, but I need to take my sewing machine out and put it upstairs because I have some sewing to do for my embroidery book and stuff, and to do some of these other cross stitch finishes. I need my machine out.
Well,
And since I took my sewing table upstairs, I just guess I'm going to take my machine upstairs now too.
There we go. Okay. We'll get the loom ready because Beth has a loom. She got 2 of them, and she's shipping one to me.
Oh my goodness.
So you may have to give lessons.
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
See, we could have a corner
Not bring
in
my
March
loom.
with Jenifer. No, we aren't doing that.
No.
Weaving with Jenifer from noon to 2.
No. Oh my gosh.
No, we won't do that.
I have to read the book to remember how to do stuff. I have to get out the book and I have to be like, oh my gosh. It's more stress than it's worth half the time.
Weaving is in the future, so buckle up. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, that's it, folks. Thanks for listening.
All right, bye.